Hello, my name is Anthony Valdes, and this is my oral presentation for the capstone 4890. My research project was on how to start and plant a church. I am a lead pastor at a local church in Miami, the Way Church of Miami, and I have an interest in planting again another church in the near future. 4.5 years ago, in April 2010, we launched and planted a local church here in South Florida that began as a Bible study with a group of 6 individuals. And so over the last 4.5 years, I have seen families come together. I have been blessed to marry many couples that started in the church. I have had a lot of baby dedications in the church, baptisms in the church. I've seen families united and reunited, and I've also seen the downside in the church. I have seen families break up and people pass away, and of course those are things that are never easy. But still, my goal is to launch a church in a couple years, probably of April 2017. That's the goal. And so my research project focused on the process that goes behind planting a church. I tackled a few issues. I explained the difference between the nuns, N-O-N-E-S, and the unchurched. I explained how the nuns, the N-O-N-E-S, are individuals that just have nothing to do with church. They want nothing to do with church. They are individuals who don't attend the church, probably have at one point, but might be atheists, might have no faith, or might have a faith in a God. So they perhaps are not the ideal persons to attend a church where you're looking for those in particular who are what I call unchurched. Or not necessarily what I call, but what the field in ministry calls the unchurched, which are individuals who have attended a church, are looking for a church perhaps, and 9 out of 10 research tells us from churchcentral.com that 9 out of 10 individuals who call themselves unchurched would attend a church if they were invited. These are the individuals whom I'm interested in to reach to those in the community who are hurting, who need help, who want to start a relationship with God, who had a relationship with God perhaps at one point and are looking to do that again. And so I'm 40 years old. I'm grateful to finish my education finally after 10 years of going on hiatus in education. I'm grateful to be finishing this semester and graduating and pursuing my ministry and continuing my education in ministry, in Master's in Divinity, where I'm going to be doing that starting in January. But in the process, I'm still lead pastor of a church. And as I look forward to planting a new church, those are one of the things that I want to focus on. And so what I dealt with in the PowerPoint, and I briefly talked about a little bit in the research project, was, when you launch and you plant a church, the first thing you have to do is pray. You have to pray and you have to plan. You pray and you ask the Lord to show you a place in the community where there is a need for the church in the community. And you also plan. It took us 8 months to plan the first time we launched a church. And so you have to have good leaders, leaders who are followers of the vision that the lead pastor has. They have to be motivated. They have to be committed because there's going to be ups and downs. Leaders who also grow leaders from under them. You have to look for people who are passionate about growing those under them. You also have to have financial backing. And so our goal is to try to set aside 10% of our operations, place them in a separate account, so when the church launches in a few years, there will be some money in the funds to operate and to get equipment and perhaps get staff and so forth. And you also have to have a savings account for that church so it can run maybe for at least 3 years, and you have to have enough money put aside that you get from the collections and the offerings at our church today. and put that aside as well to maintain the church. So these are some of the things that I'm going to be looking forward to doing in the next few years as I continue my education. And so it has been really a fun time to go back to school, finish my bachelor's degree in arts and science, even though it's something that I have nothing to do with what I'm doing today. It's still an opportunity for me to get my degree and pursue my education, which will be a master's in divinity and eventually a doctorate in theology. So I want to thank you, Professor, for the opportunity to take this course. I hope that you were well pleased with all the students who were in your class, and I know that we learned a lot. And as we look forward into our next endeavor, I thank you for your time, and I thank you for your patience, and I thank you for your guidance for those that were looking to further their education and also to get into a field where they were going to excel in their career. All right, this is Anthony Valdes. My ID number is 1306952. Thank you so much. Have a great day.